Emergency. Only 5 minutes left. Listen now. I am Archangel Michael, and I am speaking directly to you because there is no time for anyone else. You feel it, don't you? That weight in your chest that has been growing heavier every day, that knot in your stomach that won't untie no matter how much you try to breathe through it. Something is wrong. Something has been wrong for a while, and you've been telling yourself it's just stress, just life, just bad luck. But it's not. There is a dark force that has been targeting you specifically, and it has been working in the shadows of your own thoughts, planting seeds of doubt, fear, exhaustion, and confusion. It has been feeding on your energy while you sleep, while you work, while you pray. And right now, in this very moment, it is trying to close a door that was meant to remain wide open for you. I know you have felt moments of sudden despair that seem to come from nowhere. You have woken up at 3:33 a.m. with a racing heart, with a name on your lips that you couldn't explain. You have walked into rooms and felt a cold presence behind you, turned around and saw nothing. That was not your imagination. That was the enemy testing your boundaries, checking to see if you would notice. And you did notice, but you dismissed it because you didn't want to believe that anything could be after you. But I am here to tell you the truth. You are under spiritual siege, and the attack has been planned for months, perhaps longer. The people around you, some of them smiling in your face, have spoken curses over your life in secret. They have whispered your name into darkness and asked for your downfall. And the enemy has answered them. But here is the most critical part. You are not alone in this fight. I have been standing next to you the entire time, even when you could not feel me. Even when you thought you were abandoned, I was there. And right now, I am grabbing your hand. Do you feel the warmth spreading through your palm? That is my touch. Do not let go. Your inheritance is arriving now. But you must hold on through these next few minutes, because the attack is about to intensify. The enemy knows that you are close to breaking through, and it will try to steal everything in these final seconds. What I am about to reveal next will explain everything, the reason behind every sleepless night, every closed door, every moment you felt like giving up. Stay with me. Before we continue, I need to speak to you directly from my heart. If God is moving in your heart through this message, now is the time to act. YouTube has blocked all of our revenue. No ads, no income from YouTube whatsoever. Only the generous hearts of listeners like you keep this ministry alive. Every time you listen without contributing, there is another soul who may never hear this message. No matter how small your gift, it is a seed that God will multiply back to you, today, tomorrow, or in the coming months. And your name will appear in our blessing community. I am waiting for you there. The link is in the description and in my pinned comment. Do not miss this moment. Do it now, before this video ends. Trying to close a door that was never meant to stay locked. You have felt it, that sudden shift in the air around you, the way your skin tingles when you walk into a room that feels too still, too cold. And yet you whisper to yourself that it was just your imagination, just another sleepless night, just the weight of the world pressing down. But I am here to tell you the truth now, and the truth will cut through every lie that has been wrapped around your heart. The enemy that has been circling you is not a vague shadow or an abstract evil. It is specific. It has a face you have seen, a voice you have heard, a name you know. There is a person who has been smiling at you, pretending to care, while in secret they have been speaking words against you. Words that felt like prayers but were actually curses. They have taken something of yours, a photograph, a piece of clothing, a strand of hair, and they have used it in a ritual meant to bind your spirit, to drain your energy, to keep you small and weak and afraid. You felt it the moment they did it. Remember that night you woke up at exactly 3:33 a.m., your heart pounding, your body drenched in sweat, and you could not explain why? That was the moment they sealed their work. That was the moment they thought they had won. But they did not know who you were. They did not know who stands with you. That person who pulled you aside 2 months ago and said, "I am worried about you," only to later twist your words to others. That was not concern. That was a setup. They have been feeding on your soul tie, an invisible cord that they attached to you the first time you shared a meal, a gift, a secret. Every time you think of them, you feel tired. Every time you are about to step into something good, you suddenly lose your nerve. That is not your fear. That is theirs. They have been projecting doubt into your mind like a poison, and it has been working. But now that poison is about to turn back on them, because I have arrived, and the light I carry burns everything false. Their next move was already planned. They were going to send a message tomorrow that would break your heart, a false accusation delivered through someone you trust. They were going to make you believe that you had lost the support of someone you love, that you were alone, that your inheritance of peace, provision, and purpose would never reach you. They calculated the timing perfectly, right when you were weakest, right when you were about to give up. But their calculation was flawed. They did not account for this moment, for this voice, for the hand that is now reaching through the fabric of time to grab yours. Keep listening. What I am about to reveal next is why you have felt this hollow ache beneath your ribs, the one that no amount of sleep or food or distraction can fill. It is because something was stolen from you before you were even born, and that thief is still walking the earth, still laughing, still believing they got away with it. But their laughter is about to turn into a scream, because the door they tried to close is now being kicked open by forces far greater than they can imagine. They thought they had more time. They thought they had a few more days, a few more weeks, a few more chances to drain you dry. They were wrong. The enemy is about to escalate. They are panicking now. They have sensed that their hold on you is slipping, and they will try one last attack, a sudden, violent, desperate strike. But here is the truth they do not want you to know. It is already too late for them. The moment you clicked play on this message, the seal of your protection was activated. The moment you breathed in and recognized that something was wrong, your spirit began to fight back. And the moment I speak these next words, the battle will shift from defense to offense. You are not just safe. You are victorious. You just have not seen the proof yet. But you will. Stay with me through the next breath, and watch what happens when the light finally arrives. I know you feel the shift. Something has changed in the air around you since you heard those last words. You held your breath for a moment, waiting for the light to arrive, and maybe you felt a flicker, a warmth in your chest, a strange stillness. But then that old familiar weight pressed down again, didn't it? That voice inside that whispered, "It's not real. It won't last. You don't deserve this." And that is exactly what I need to talk to you about now. Because the enemy has not given up. They have simply changed their weapon. The first attack was external. They tried to drain your energy, confuse your path, close doors that should have stayed open. You noticed that. You felt it. But when that didn't work, when you kept moving forward despite the fog, they reached for something far more personal. They reached into your past. They found the oldest wound you carry, not the one that just happened last year, but the one that has been bleeding since you were too young to understand why people hurt you. The betrayal that taught you that love is conditional. The moment someone you trusted turned away. The silence that followed when you needed to be held. That wound is still there, still raw, still whispering lies into your heart. And now the enemy is using it against you. Not as a memory, but as a weapon. They are making you believe that the pain you carry is a sign that you are broken, not a scar from the war you survived. They are twisting your own history into evidence that you will never be whole, never be enough, never be loved the way you need to be. And the cruelest part is that you think these thoughts are your own. You wake up in the morning and feel that hollow ache in your chest, and you assume it is just your mood, just the stress of life, just who you are. But I am telling you right now, it is not. That ache is a foreign tongue. It was planted. It has been fed. And it is the enemy's second weapon. You have wondered for years why you always feel like you are not enough. Why success never feels like success. Why love always seems to slip through your fingers right when you start to trust. You have blamed yourself. You have tried harder. You have prayed for relief and felt no answer. But now you know. This is not your fault. This is the attack you could never see because it came from inside the walls of your own heart. The enemy found your deepest wound and built a fortress around it, convincing you that the walls were your own protection. But they are not walls, they are chains. I am Archangel Michael, and I have been watching this. I have been tracking every one of those whispers, every time you felt small, every moment you believed the lie. I have seen how long you have carried this. And I am telling you right now, the enemy believes this weapon will break you. They think that by reaching into your oldest pain, they have finally found the one weakness that can keep you from your inheritance. But they are wrong. You are so close to the breakthrough that you cannot see it yet. Keep listening. What I am about to tell you next is the reason the enemy is panicking. They know their time is running out. And so is yours, but in a different way. Your waiting is about to end. Just one more turn, and everything changes. You feel it, don't you? That pressure building behind your ribs, like something is pressing against you from the inside out. It is not your imagination. It is not anxiety. It is the atmosphere around you shifting at a frequency you have not felt before. I have been standing at the threshold of your life since the moment you took your first breath, but I have not yet entered the way I am about to enter now. The enemy's panic has reached a pitch that cannot be ignored. They have used every weapon they have, and you are still here, still breathing, still listening. That alone terrifies them. But what they do not yet know is that I have been waiting for this exact moment. Not a second sooner, not a second later. This is the moment I step into your field, into your room, into your very bones. When I enter, you will feel it as a sudden warmth that does not come from any source you can see. It will rise at the base of your spine, creep up your back, and settle in your chest like a hand placed over your heart. The air around you will feel thicker, as if the room itself is holding its breath. Some of you will feel a pressure on your shoulders, as if a heavy cloak has just been laid across you. Others will hear a low hum, like the sound of a great engine far beneath the earth. This is not a metaphor. This is me, Archangel Michael, arriving in response to the cry you have not even dared to utter out loud. You have whispered it in your soul, in the moments when you thought no one was listening. I heard it. I have always heard it. And I am here now. The enemy felt me the instant I crossed into your atmosphere. They recoiled. They did not expect me to come this soon. They thought they had more time to tighten their grip, to deepen the wound, to poison your hope one more time. But I have been assigned to this case alone. Not in a general way, not as part of a mass blessing for everyone who calls on me. No. I am here specifically for you, for the battle you are fighting right now, in this hour, in this moment of your life. You do not need to understand how I am speaking to you across time and space. You only need to know that I am real, and I am here, and I am not leaving. When I look at you, I do not see what the enemy has told you that you are. I do not see the failure from last year, the rejection from last month, the wound that you thought would never heal. I see the strength you have forgotten you carry. I see the part of you that kept going even when every piece of evidence told you to stop. That is the part one I'm fighting for. That is the part that will rise when this battle is over. Stay with me. What I am about to tell you next will show you just how outmatched the enemy really is. Because I am not coming alone. I am calling reinforcements. I am summoning 5 others, each one chosen for a specific piece of this war. They are already moving. The moment I speak their names into the space between worlds, the enemy's formation will break. And you will feel that break in your own body, as a release, a loosening, a weight you did not realize you were carrying suddenly lifted. This is not the end. This is the beginning of the end. Stay with me. Do not look away. The air around you is thickening, and that is not fear, that is presence. I have called, and they have answered. The 5 of us are now converging on the space you occupy, and I need you to understand what that means for you right now, in this moment, in your body. You may feel a warmth spreading across the top of your head, a gentle pressure as if something is resting there. That is Gabriel taking his position above you. He carries the announcement of divine timing. He holds the reason why this exact hour, this exact breath, was chosen for your deliverance. The enemy has been telling you that you are too late, that the window closed, that your moment passed. Gabriel is here to undo that lie. He speaks directly into the crown of your spirit. You are not late. You are exactly on time. And every second the enemy stole from you is about to be repaid with interest. Let that warmth settle. Let it remind you that you were never forgotten. Now turn your attention to your right side. Do you feel that tingling, that low hum traveling down your arm and into your ribs? That is Raphael. He has positioned himself to your right, and his hands are already moving through the wounds the enemy carved into you. He is not here to judge those wounds or to ask how they got there. He is here to heal them one by one. He sees the wound of rejection, the one that made you shrink when you should have risen. He sees the wound of betrayal, the one that left you doubting every kind hand that comes near you. He sees the wound of exhaustion, the one that made you think giving up was the same as finding peace. And as he touches each one, a green light moves through your body, not visible to your eyes, but unmistakable in your bones. You will feel it as a sudden yawn, a deep sigh, a tear you did not expect. Let it come. That is healing. That is Raphael saying, this part of you is being restored right now. Now look to your left. You might feel a heat, sharper than the warmth above, like standing near a fire that burns but does not consume. That is Uriel. He holds a sword of flame, and he is not gentle. He is not here to counsel or comfort. He is here to purge. He is now sweeping that blade through your home, through your workspace, through every relationship where darkness has been hiding. You know the ones I mean, the person whose presence drains you, the environment that leaves you anxious without reason, the space where you feel watched even when you are alone. Uriel is cutting those cords right now. You may feel a sudden urge to rearrange a room, to delete a contact, to walk out of a situation that has kept you stuck. Do not resist that urge. That is Uriel clearing your path. Now feel what is behind you. A stillness, like someone standing so close you can sense their breath on the back of your neck. That is Azrael. He is cutting the soul ties the enemy used to bind you to old cycles, old grief, old versions of yourself that no longer serve your destiny. He is severing the tie to that person you cannot stop thinking about even though they hurt you. He is cutting the attachment to the identity you built around your pain. You may feel a sudden lightness, a sensation of something being gently pulled away from your back. That is Azrael releasing you. And I am in front of you, Archangel Michael, with my shield raised. Every arrow the enemy still has aimed at you is now hitting this shield and bouncing back. You do not need to dodge. You do not need to flinch. You are surrounded. The formation is complete. But this was only the positioning. The real battle, the breaking of their lines, begins now. Keep your eyes open. You can hear it now, can't you? That sound that isn't quite sound, but pressure, like thunder rolling in from a distance that has no distance. It's not in your ears. It's in your bones. The battle is not somewhere else. It is directly above you, right now, in the realm you cannot see with your eyes but your spirit has been feeling for weeks. Every time you woke up with your heart pounding at 3 a.m., that was the clash. Every time you felt an inexplicable weight lift for just a second before it returned, that was a shift in the lines. And right now, the lines are breaking. The prayers you have prayed, every single one, even the ones you gave up on because you thought heaven was silent, they are not scattered fragments lost in the void. They are being gathered by hands you cannot see and turned into arrows of light. Every word you whispered in faith, every desperate cry when no one was listening, every time you said, God, I trust you. When you felt nothing, that prayer is now a weapon in this war. The tears you have cried alone, in your car, in your bed, in the shower where no one heard you, those tears are being poured into the fuel that lights the angelic swords. Nothing you have suffered has been wasted. Nothing you have endured has been forgotten. The enemy's command structure is collapsing. You have to understand this. They had ranks, layers of oppression, a hierarchy built to keep you pinned down. There were generals of fear assigned to your mind, captains of shame assigned to your memories, lieutenants of doubt assigned to your decisions. But I tell you now, that entire structure is being dismantled. The generals are falling. The captains are retreating. The lieutenants are scattering because they have lost their orders. The chain of command is broken at every link, and the one who is giving those orders is now standing alone. And I want you to feel this. Something the enemy already took from you is being forcibly reclaimed. There was an opportunity they stole from your hands before you could even see it. A relationship they wrenched away at the moment it was meant to bloom. A piece of peace that was yours, that they snatched in the middle of the night. That thing, that specific piece of your inheritance, is now being pulled back through the battle lines. You do not have to fight for it yourself. You do not have to chase it. It is being brought to you. Do you feel the pull in your chest? That gentle tug towards something you thought was gone forever? That is the reclaiming. The enemy is losing ground. They are stumbling backward. Their footing is breaking apart beneath them because they underestimated what your prayers have built. You have been building a fortress with every word you spoke in faith, and now that fortress is alive. It is advancing. It is pushing them out of territory they thought they owned permanently. The ground they stood on for years is cracking wide open, and they have nowhere to run. Do not step away now. Do not let your attention drift even for a moment. The victory is only a breath away, and I mean that literally. One more exhale. One more surrender of your worry. One more moment of your trust. That is all that stands between you and the breaking of the last wall. But hear this, the enemy has one final weapon, one commander hidden in the deepest shadows. He thinks you have not seen him. He thinks the battle is still a blur to you. But he is wrong. He is about to step into the light, and when he does, you will see the face of the one who has been hunting you. And in that moment, everything changes. Look at me. I mean, actually look. Not with your eyes, but with something deeper. The commander is stepping forward now, and I need you to see him. He has been hiding behind every shadow you have ever felt press against your chest. Every night you lay awake wondering why your life felt heavy and wrong. He is not a demon you have heard named in stories. He is not a vague force of darkness. He is a single intelligence, ancient and cold, and he chose you specifically. Not randomly. Not as one of many. He targeted you because of what you carry inside you, something he could not steal and could not corrupt, so he decided to crush you instead. He steps forward now, and I want you to feel the shift. The air in the room becomes still, but not the stillness of peace. It is the stillness of something holding its breath. His presence is sharp, like metal scraping against bone. He does not show himself as a form you could describe. He shows himself as a weight, a pressure, a knowing that you are being watched from inside your own memory. And that is his final weapon. He reaches into you, not from outside, but from inside your own past. He pulls up every moment you have ever been ashamed of, every failure you have locked away, every word spoken against you that you secretly believed was true. He does not create new pain. He weaponizes the pain you already carry. I recognize this tactic. I have seen it before, in souls who were close to their breakthrough, close to receiving what was written for them before the world began. And I name it now, out loud, so that you can hear it in my voice and know that it is seen. He is using your own heart against you. He is making you believe that you are the reason your suffering exists. That your mistakes, your flaws, your weakest moments, those are why the door stayed closed. He wants you to condemn yourself so that he does not have to. But here is the truth he has never understood. Your suffering is not a weakness. It is a sword. Every tear you have shed, every time you chose to keep going when you wanted to stop, every sleepless night you spent hoping when hope felt impossible, all of that has been forging a weapon inside you. And now, in this moment, that weapon is ready. You do not need to fight him with light or with force. You fight him with your own story. You look at that memory he is holding up, the one that makes you want to hide your face, and you say aloud, in your heart, that is not who I am. That was a chapter. That was a wound. But I am still here. And as you say that, something happens. The commander flinches. He did not expect you to stand in your own truth. He expected you to crumble. But you do not. And that is when the power shifts. The weight he has been pressing into you starts to turn back on him. Your pain, the very thing he wanted to use to destroy you, becomes the pressure that crushes him. He cannot withstand it because it is not his. It is yours, and you have survived it. He has not. I want you to feel what happens next. There is a sound. Not loud, but deep, like a great stone cracking miles underground. It is the sound of the commander losing his hold. And then there is a sensation in your own body, a release, a loosening, as if something that has been wound tight around your chest for years suddenly snaps. You might feel a warmth spread through your shoulders, or a tingling in your hands, or a lightness behind your eyes. That is him falling. That is the commander going down, and he will not rise again. Stay with me here, just a little longer. Because when the commander falls, everything he was holding back begins to release. The doors he locked are swinging open. The blessings he buried are surfacing. And you are about to walk into a season that he spent everything trying to prevent. But you have to stay present. You have to receive this. Do not let your mind run ahead. Breathe. Feel the shift. The commander is gone, and what comes next is yours. The battle is over. I know you can still feel the echo of it in your chest, that deep vibration that has not yet settled. But listen to me now, because this is the part you have been waiting for, the part that changes everything. The commander is gone, and with him goes every chain he wrapped around your life. You did not see them, but you felt them. You felt the weight of them every time you tried to move forward and something invisible held you back. Those chains are breaking right now, as I speak. And I need you to feel this with me, not later, not when you finish listening, but now, in this moment. The first chain is the chain around your finances. I know you have felt it, that invisible strangling that made your income feel stuck, that kept opportunities just out of reach no matter how hard you worked. That chain is made of fear and old agreements that were never yours to carry. As I say these words, hear it, a sharp metallic snap, like a cable breaking under pressure. Feel it in your chest, around your ribs, that tightness you have carried for years suddenly releasing. Breathe. That is your income being freed. The door that was locked against your abundance is swinging open, and I tell you, the one who held it shut is running. They cannot hold it any longer, because the authority you carry now is greater than their strength. The second chain is the chain of self-doubt. This one is trickier, because it looked like your own voice. It whispered that you were not ready, not good enough, not worthy of the blessings that others seemed to walk into so easily. But that was never your voice. That was the enemy using your own memories against you. Hear this chain breaking now, a sound like glass cracking, then shattering into 1,000 pieces. Feel the sensation in your mind, a sudden lightness, as if a fog has lifted. You do not have to second-guess yourself anymore. The hesitation that stopped you from taking the next step is dissolving. The door to your purpose is no longer locked. Step through it. The third chain is the chain of loneliness. This one was kept hidden, but you knew it was there. Even when people were around you, you felt isolated, like no one truly saw you. That chain is made of betrayal and old wounds that sealed you off from connection. Hear it, a deep groan, then a snap, like a rope stretched too far finally giving way. Feel warmth flooding into your chest, into your hands, spreading outward. That is your capacity to receive love and to give it, restored. The door to meaningful relationships is opening. The people who are meant to walk through that door are already being drawn toward you. And the enemy? The one who blocked each of these doors? They are not celebrating. They are in confusion, because every lock they placed has become a trap for them. Their own chains are tightening around them as yours break. They are being removed from your path permanently. Now I want you to do something. Take a breath and claim the space that has been cleared for you. This is not a passive season. You are not waiting anymore. You are receiving. And there is one final gift arriving even as I speak. I will tell you about it in the next part, but for now, let yourself feel the freedom in your body. The chains are gone. The doors are open. And what is coming next will overflow every empty place. The chains are already breaking. I know you have not fully felt it yet, but I see the seams splitting open, one by one, right now as you listen. This is not a future event. This is happening in your body, in your breath, in the spaces around you that have been locked for so long you forgot they existed. The financial chain that wrapped around your throat every time you tried to move forward. I see it cracking. There is a sound, like iron snapping under pressure, a sharp ring that vibrates up through your spine. You might feel a sudden release in your shoulders, a lightness where there was weight. That is the chain breaking. Do not dismiss it as imagination. That is real. The chain of self-doubt, the one that made you hesitate at every open door, that whispered you were not enough, that made you shrink instead of step forward. I am pulling it apart with my own hands right now. Listen. Can you hear it? A low groan, like rope fibers tearing, then a clean snap. Your chest might feel warmer, your breath deeper. That is the doubt losing its grip on your ribcage. You are not imagining this. The chain of loneliness, the one that kept real connection just out of reach, that made you feel invisible even in a crowded room, that convinced you that no one truly saw you, that chain is dissolving. It sounds like water rushing, like something old and dry being washed away. Your hands might tingle. Your throat might feel less tight. That is the loneliness leaving your body. 3 doors were locked by the enemy, and I mean locked supernaturally, with a force that resisted every attempt you made to open them. The first door is your career. The enemy who blocked it placed a seal of confusion on your path, making every opportunity look wrong, every step feel like a trap. That seal is cracking now. You will feel a shift in your mind, a clarity where there was fog. The second door is your relationships. The enemy shut you out of belonging, isolated you with circumstances that felt unfair. That door is swinging open with a groan of old hinges. You may feel a sudden longing to reach out to someone, or a memory of a connection you thought was lost. That is the door opening. The third door is your health. The enemy used exhaustion, pain, and cycles of sickness to keep you from your full strength. That door is splintering from the inside. You might feel a wave of warmth in your belly, a surge of energy that was not there moments ago. That is the door giving way. And what is happening to the enemy who held those doors shut? They are losing their footing. They are scrambling, confused, feeling the ground they stood on collapse. They cannot hold on to you anymore because you are no longer in their grip. Do not look back at them. Keep your eyes forward on the doors that are now open. Let your hands open as you listen. Whatever is being released, claim it now in your breath. Breathe in and say silently to yourself, "This is mine. This freedom is mine. This path is clear. I am not waiting anymore." There is one final gift arriving, something I have been holding for you since the beginning of this journey. It will not be small. It will fill every empty space the chains left behind. You will feel it before you see it. And when it comes, you will know exactly what to do with it. For now, let the chains fall. Let the doors stay open. And let yourself receive what has always been yours. And you do receive it. Right now, in this very moment, as you hold these words in your heart, I seal the final decree. This is not a hope or a prayer anymore. This is a declaration that has already been written in the light that never fades. I am Archangel Michael, and I stand before you not as a warrior now, but as a witness. The battle is not even a memory. It is erased. What remains is only the inheritance. Listen closely. The enemy's assignments against you have been cancelled. Not suspended, not delayed, not waiting for review. Cancelled. The assignment of lack that whispered you would never have enough. Cancelled. The assignment of confusion that made you question your own worth. Cancelled. The assignment of isolation that convinced you no one saw your struggle. Cancelled. The assignment of sickness that tried to take root in your body. Cancelled. The assignment of broken relationships that seemed beyond repair. Cancelled. Every single one has been torn from the records, thrown into the fire that does not burn your soul but only destroys what was never yours to carry. You are free of them. Not almost free. Completely free. Now I speak the blessing list. This is the fullness I have held for you since before you were born. First, financial doors. Not just a crack, but doors thrown wide open. You will see money arrive from sources you did not plan, from people you did not expect, from opportunities that will feel like they were made just for you. And they were. The flow will not be a trickle. It will be a steady river that keeps giving, because the source is divine and the source never runs dry. Second, healing. Every part of you that has been hurting, the body that has carried stress, the mind that has replayed old wounds, the heart that has held grief, is being restored at the cellular level. You will feel it as warmth, as energy, as a deep release. Third, restored relationships. The people who were meant to stay will return. The bridges that were burned by misunderstanding will rebuild themselves. You will look at someone you thought you lost and see them with new eyes, and they will see you the same. Fourth, purpose. The reason you are here will become clear not as a burden but as a joy. You will wake up knowing what to do, and you will do it with ease. This is not a generic list. It is yours. I have seen your name written in the book of divine protection, and it will never be erased. No force in any realm can remove it. You are held. You are covered. You are loved beyond what any human language can express. The inheritance is not coming tomorrow. It is here now, filling every empty space the chains left behind. You can breathe it in. You can feel it settling into your bones. If you accept this, if you know deep down that this is your truth, then I ask you to make it known. Not for me, but for you. Let your voice join the chorus of all who have received. In the comments below, write Amen 777. That number is not random. It is the vibration of completion, of divine order, of the seal I have just placed over your life. Let others see your faith, and let your own heart know that you have said yes. The journey is complete. You are not the same person who started listening. You have walked through fire and come out pure. You have faced the enemy and won. You have received your inheritance. Now go and live it. Do not look back. The doors are open, and they will never close again.